Well, there's a good chance you might recognize that. That is Guitar Boogie, first recorded by Arthur Smith in the 1940s, but then recorded by many, many other musicians over the years, including the Ventures back in the 60s, the great surf rock group. It's a classic instrumental, and there's riffs and patterns in this that show up in all kinds of songs. It's also just lots of fun to play. Just now I played it at a slightly slowed down tempo, and this is the tempo of the backing track that is going with this lesson. It certainly could be played faster. You'll also notice if you listen to the recording that there is an opening which is simply holding a power chord, the index finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, playing this 2-note power chord, E, B, and just playing 2 bars of that. I don't have that going with this backing track, however, it is in the tab, so know that it starts off with that. And again, we're just talking about keeping the right hand, or the picking hand, controlled enough that you're only getting 2 strings, alternate strokes, with a shuffle rhythm. If that's not something that comes naturally, then that's the first thing you need to get. Ba 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 ba. Short, long, short, long. Up, down, up, down. And then applied to this 2-note E5 power chord. Da, 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 da. Keeping in mind, again, that your backing track is going to start with measure 3 of the tab, starting with the riff itself, which is really just walking up an E major pentatonic scale with one added note. Here's E major pentatonic. Starting from the low E string, O, 4, A string, 2, 4, and D string, 2. That gives us the root, the 3rd, the 5th, the 6th, and the octave of the E. Now we're just going to add in, for a little blues flavor, a minor 3rd leading into the major 3rd, like this. 3rd fret, 4th fret. You've heard that gesture in many places. Here, it's going like this, with the shuffle rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we're doing is, starting off going into the major 3rd, the 4th fret note, O, slide into the 4, then change strings, and as we come down, fitting in this triplet, land on the G natural, which is the minor 3rd, hammer on the G sharp, fret 3 to fret 4, and then play the B, 2nd fret of the A string. And notice the timing. We are using a shuffle rhythm. That means that your 8th notes are actually triplets, except that the 1st is longer, the first 2 notes of the triplet, and the 2nd note is shorter, the 3rd note of the triplet, 3rd beat. So it's really 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we count as 1, 2, 3, 4 is actually 1 and 2 and 3. So what we count as 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 is actually 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So it's important that that last triplet matches in time with the two-note patterns you played leading into it. Da 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 triplet. I would recommend doing this in alternating down and up strokes. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then the triplet, down, hammer, up. So that's just 2 pick strokes, a down stroke, a fret hand hammer-on, and an up stroke. I should mention as well that I'm sliding into this 4th fret note from just below it. I'm not specifically trying to hit the G natural at the 3rd fret, but it's about where I am. So it's one of these indeterminate slides where your ear is not really focusing on the pitch that you're sliding from. You just hear that we're sliding into that 4th fret note. So we're playing over a 12-bar blues pattern, so we start off. This is 2 bars of intro. The track starts here. Now, we're going to move over to the A string, play the same figure over an A, except for a small variation. From the root to the 4th fret of the A string, now D string, 2nd fret, 4th fret, pinky goes down to this G, the 5th fret of the D string. That's a 7th. 1, 3, 5, 7. So essentially this is outlining an A7 chord. But watch this. So we land on that G, 5th fret of the D string. We stay there for a quarter note, 1 beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that lick is 5th fret, 4, 5, 4, 2, over the 4th fret of the A string, back to this E on the D string, and then back to where we started. Same triplet. Now, nice little syncopated rhythm here. This is going over the B. I'm on the 2nd fret of the A string. 4th fret back to 2nd. There's a minor 3rd, it's a tension note over B7, but it sounds good. A triplet. And this one I'm playing with a single pick stroke, hammer on and pull off. You could pick them, but it sounds a lot better like this to my ear. It's harder, but it's worth the effort. And then ba, 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 ba. There's your syncopated measure. This is measure 12 of the tab. 2, 0, 0, 4, 2, 2, 0. And notice 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then so notice this walk up. I'm at measure 13 now. 0, 3, 4 on the E string, jumping to fret 1 on the A string, sliding up to fret 4, and then back in this 2nd position fingering so we can get into our major pentatonic. So watch this. Pay attention to the picking on these syncopated rhythms here, because it can throw you off. If I go from measure 11, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, 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 down, up. So that's following a strict pattern of down on the downbeat and up on the upbeat. That's it. It's just that when you have a syncopated rhythm, say you skip a downbeat, you're going to skip the downstroke. So for example, That's measure 12. Down, up, skip, up, down, up, skip, up, down. I'll play through the whole first section now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have a B section, which is really very simple and repetitive, but involves a series of hammer-ons. We're going to play the low root note E and then hammer from fret 2, using 2 different fingers, middle and ring, to hammer the 3rd and then the 4th fret, as a triplet. And that's going with the down-up pair fitting the shuffle rhythm, like this. Down, up, down, down, up, down. This is over the E chord. We keep doing this. 4 more of these. Then everything moves over one set of strings, as often happens with these kinds of riffs. Identical fingering, different pair of strings, this time starting on A. And back. On the B, we're going to use the B bass, but the hammer-on is still going to be frets 2, 3, 4. So it's like this. And you see how I'm just flattening out my index finger in the left hand to get from fret 2 here to fret 2 here. And back here again. So we're really just talking about a 12-bar blues shuffle in the key of E. Other versions of the song will have variations on these riffs, but I am working from the Arthur Smith original from 1948, I think, and that's what the tab is coming from. I did not get into the guitar solo here. The backing track will allow you to play the A section, the B section, and back to the A again. Just remember there is no intro on the backing track. If you're really performing the song, you would want to have that in there. So let's check that out once more. Here's Guitar Boogie. There you have it. Have fun with this one. Again, the tab and the backing track are linked in the description below, and I'm working from the original Arthur Smith recording of Guitar Boogie from 1948, I believe it is. Have fun. This is a cool thing to play. You could pick up the tempo tremendously from here. The original is quite a bit faster, but this is a great way to start. And I'll be back with more lessons. If you don't subscribe to this channel, please do, and I'll see you next time.